these cultural imperialists come along and just throw pineapple on it and go, hey, we love your pizza.
It's called freedom. Can you taste the freedom? Delicious. Pineapple on pizza is all about breaking conventions for the sake of flavor.
Pineapple does not belong on pizza. It's too sweet. The Italians tell us this, and we should listen to them because it's their food.
Fruits in anything jazzes up a dish. Craisins in salads, peaches in salad, cherries on duck. Lots of good examples there. I
disagree that fruit belongs in anything. I think there's a point at which things become too sweet, and at that point it's a dessert.
It's all about balance, Michael. You gotta find the balance, and I think pineapple cuts through the fattiness of the cheese really nicely, gives it a nice balance.
You know what else cuts through the fattiness of the cheese? Tomatoes. If they're not acidic enough for you, you could add capers.
Yeah, but capers are too salty. They're all briny. I like the fresh, brightness of a pineapple. And cooked tomato sauce is a different acidity than a pineapple gives.
The problem with adding sweet things to everything is that way too much type 2 diabetes, there's an epidemic. Hawaii, of all places, is one of the worst states. And the other nations that have even more diabetes than the US are the Pacific Islands and the Caribbean nations that have a lot of pineapple.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about dumping sugar onto a pizza. We're just putting a fruit on there. Fruit is like a good sugar. I understand you would like, to mature and the whole country to mature as a whole, but I think there is something to be said about fun. Pineapple pizza is just fun.
If you want to have fun with your pizza, drink 3 glasses of Prosecco and then have an affogato.
So just get drunk and caffeinated.
You don't have to have everything in the one dish. You can have the dish over there, and then you can have something else over there, and then something else over there. So look, pizza's an Italian food, specifically a Neapolitan food. In 2017, it was added to the UNESCO's list of intangible cultural heritage. I think it's a bit disrespectful to continue to call something the Italian name pizza if you're going to bastardize it so much. It'd be like putting cheese and fruit and wrapping rice around it and calling it sushi still. If you're going to do that, maybe call it something else, like a baked Hawaiian pancake or something.
I mean, the cheese and the sushi thing I'm definitely not down with, but I understand that the American cultural palate commanded...
Fusion is fusion,
The reason why it exists is people came over, Japanese people came over, they're like, how do I cater to the American palate? And that's what they did.
And I think that's the thing. I think that's why chefs continue to sell pineapple on pizza, is because they're kind of forced to, because that's what the consumer is demanding. But the consumer's wrong.
I mean, money's not wrong. I'm just saying.
How about I start sprinkling pineapple on lox and schmear bagel?
That's the wrong fruit to put on a bagel.
Oh, what? Can I put pineapple in pasta?
I mean, tomato is a fruit. You can put tomato on
pasta, pizza, they're both very similar.
No.
No? Pineapple in pasta?
I would not say they're similar.
What about watermelon on a hot dog?
Honestly, if there's a watermelon salsa, it would probably be, you could balance it out, it'd be really bomb salsa. People will be putting pineapple on pizza for years to come. I don't think it's ever gonna go away.
Well, did you know? Only 13% of Americans put pineapple in their top 3 ingredients.
Yeah, but I bet the top...
24% said it was their least favorite ingredient. So actually, it's not the 1960s anymore. We're not putting meat in jellies. Our palates need to mature. We need to accept that pineapple on pizza, its time has gone. If you want a pop of flavor, put a little anchovy on it.
Fact, Americans actually hate anchovies on their pizza.
You want me to tell you why you don't like anchovy on pizza? It's because you grew up eating pineapple on pizza.
Oh!
Ruined your palate for your life.
I think pineapple on pizza serves to be a bright pop of flavor on an ooey gooey cheesy pizza, especially along with some ham. And I think pineapple on pizza is fun, and I love fun.
Putting pineapple on pizza is illustrative of a broader problem of Americans putting too much sugar in savory foods, which leads to an infantilization of the palate, diabetes, and man-children in the Oval Office. It has a bit of artichoke. And
Michael, can you taste the freedom? Michael, can you taste the freedom? Can you taste the freedom? Like, comment, and subscribe. We have new videos every week.